ஸோ அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். ஐ பிலீவ் எல்லாமே வீட்டில் பாதுகாப்பாகவும் நலமாகவும் இருக்கீங்கன்னு நம்புகிறேன். அண்ட் இட்ஸ் பீன் வெரி வெரி லாங் டைம். அண்ட் ஏதாவது ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டான டாபிக் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணணும், பேசணும்னு நினச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஸோ லக்கிலி டுடே ஐ ஹவ் காட் அ ஸ்மால் டாபிக். நம்மளுடைய அடுத்த தலைமுறை, நம்ம சில்ட்ரனுடைய சேஃப்டி அண்ட் அவங்களுடைய ஃப்யூச்சர் சில விஷயங்களை நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு தாட்டு. ஸோ ஐ ரெக்வெஸ்டட் ஃபார் ஆல் வெல்விஷர்ஸ் டு ஜாயின். ஸோ அதில் 2-3 பேர் இருக்காங்க லைனில். பட் ஈவன் தோ ரைட் ஃப்ரம் தி பிகினிங் நம்மளோட வெல்விஷர் டாக்டர் பத்மாக்ஷி லோகேஷ். அவங்க ஒரு கிளினிக்கல் சைக்காலஜிஸ்ட் மற்றும் ஒரு மோட்டிவேஷனல் ஸ்பீக்கர் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ ஷீ இஸ் அ லைஃப் கோச். அவங்க இன்றைக்கி நம்ம லைஃப் ஷோக்கு வந்திருக்காங்க. இந்த நிகழ்வு எதை தொட்டு அப்படிங்கிறது உங்களுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரியும். சென்னையில் ஒரு பள்ளிக்கூடத்தில் நடந்திருக்கு. பட் அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இடத்துலையும் நடந்துகிட்ருக்கு. இன்றைக்கி அரசாங்கம் போக்சோ சட்டம், ஹெல்ப்லைன் நம்பர்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் இருந்தும், சட்டங்கள் கடமையாக இருந்தும் குழந்தைகளுடைய பேரண்ட்ஸ் வெளி வர்றதுக்கு, விஷயத்தை எடுத்து வருவதற்கு காட்டும் தயக்கத்துக்கான காரணம் என்ன அப்படிங்கிறத பற்றி சிந்திக்க வேண்டியதாக இருக்குது. ஸோ ஐ வுட் லைக் டு இன்வைட் டாக்டர் பத்மாக்ஷி லோகேஷ் டுடே ஈவினிங் ஃபார் தி ப்ரோக்ராம். Madam,
hello.
Very good evening, madam.
Very good evening. How are you? Can you hear me?
I am good, madam. Very long time. நான் நல்லா இருக்கேன் மேடம். நீங்க நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா?
நல்லா இருக்கேன்.
Very happy, madam. Madam, today the topic is all about children's safety and future. And I don't know whether you have heard our recent incident here in Chennai, which is viral across the country actually. In Chennai, one of the school, a teacher has misbehaved with the students.
Okay.
On the online classes, madam.
Teacher has misbehaved.
And he has been arrested. Yes, madam. So he has been arrested under POCSO Act.
Okay.
And after that, it seems that many cases and many students have come forward now to showcase the thing and misbehavior of the teacher, madam, today. And looking the online classes and the children's future is very scary and is also worrying at the same time. So what good suggestions as a doctor and as a motivational speaker you can give it to the people, madam?
First of all, namaste to everybody. Can you hear me clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I bought a new thing for your live itself, so it has to work. For the first time I'm using it. Okay, because it always complains we can't hear you. The thing is, children are actually, meant to learn. Children are not meant to earn. They have some basic things which children need to be doing. So the first basic thing as a child, we all should provide them is sense of security. First and foremost thing as parents, and then we give them
small breakage in your life, madam.
Yeah, is it better? Hello, 1 second.
Small disturbance, madam. Yeah.
Hello. Good. Fine. Hello.
Good.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. See, children are actually the future of the country, and then it is our responsibility to provide them with all the basic stuff they really need. Okay, as you mentioned, now the children are voicing out what the teacher did to all of them. Instead of that, if you are very friendly with your child and you tell them whatever happens, you come and tell me as a parent or even as a teacher, whatever happens, the child will be able to voice it out. That's very, very important. We are supposed to provide them a zone of security, an absolute zone of security and freedom. Freedom is not that they want to go out and play so easily and all those things. Freedom is the freedom of expression of what they're actually undergoing. the child should be able to go and tell the parent, okay, this is what I am feeling. And the parents should not snub the child. Arey, what is this? Shamant Gowda, super Tumkur madam. Oh, hi. Namaskara. Mahesh, hi.
Again, I'm having a small trouble, madam. I don't know why.
Hello, Shrikant, hi. I think I know many of them here on the live. So, our chef
Yes.
is there. He's a very senior professor in a hotel management college. Kiran sir, namaskara. Oh, there's one more psychiatrist online. Her name is Dr. Bhavna. She's a very famous psychiatrist here in Tumkur. So probably, if possible, next time you can call her on live. So what we have to actually provide a sense of comfortable, secure environment around the child for the child to be very expressive. And what if suppose somebody does something to the child, it could be a boy or a girl. You should always teach a child, if somebody misbehaves with you, you're supposed to come and tell it to me. And then instantly retaliate. See, once the first time when the child says no, it is a no. So the person, whoever it is, they'll get a right lesson. There are people who teach their child, okay, whatever it is, don't say, leave it, keep quiet, and all those things. No, it is. These are not something. The baby's body is the baby's own right. It is not anybody else's toy to play around with. So we have to educate our children in all these ways. That's very, very important. A teacher, irrespective of the sex, misbehaves with the child. It is the child should be able to go and speak to the concerned authorities, the teacher, the management, or anybody. That's very important. This is the environment we should be able to provide to the child. We're supposed to give them education. You have to give them that emotional security. You should be able to even give them proper health. That's very important. These are the basic things you should provide to the child: safety, health, education, and that environment, and the environment where its emotions can be easily expressed. So it's kind of not just physical development or health of the child. It is both physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional development of the child. That's very, very important.
Definitely.
If anybody has any questions to ask, anything to share, you can definitely do that. I will be more happy to answer your questions. And a very good evening to all of you who have joined the live. And if at all I've missed anybody, it's me underscore BJ. Hi, how are you? And in what happens in Instagram, their IDs and individuals don't even match. You'll not even understand who it is. So sorry if I have not identified you. Shailesh, I suppose he's telling hi, bro, to you. So that's to you. And Shrikant, ನಾನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವ್ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕಾಫಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. Hope you all are staying at home, staying safe. It's a sincere request to all of you to be safe at home, because this is a time where you need to actually be at home and stop the spread of this very deadly coronavirus. And probably this is the best time in your life where you can actually teach your child more things about safety. If you have to tell your child, if somebody calls you when you're going outside, see, now the children are at home, this problem will not be there. But once they start going to the schools and they're going around, and if somebody says, come on, I am your mother's friend, your father's friend, if you want, I will drop you home and all those things, please inform your child very clearly that don't go with strangers. Don't talk to strangers. That's something which you tell them very clearly. And if at all, if somebody says, okay, I know your dad very well and all, train your child in such a way that the child should know, okay, I'm in danger. So it is better for the child to call from somebody's phone, and they should know the parent's number very clearly, very nicely, and then confirm whether that's the same person whom they have sent to pick them up and all. Generally, I tell all the parents, this is not something to be told to the child. It is something I want to tell to the parents. Don't send anybody if you don't know. If just say, okay, please pick up my child and come and all, even if you know them extremely well and all that stuff. Your child is much more important than anything else in the world. So there must be somebody whom you might have employed to pick your child, drop your child, or something like that. Only they have to do it. That's all. And if at all somebody goes and tells your child, okay, I have come to pick you up, I always tell my daughter, you have a code between your mother, daughter, or the father, son, father, daughter. There should be a code. That code, I always tell, only if then I would have sent, even if I would have sent somebody, I would have told that code and sent, then only come. See, these are the things you should be telling it to your child. When you're communicating in these ways, you're giving them the ease to come, even communicate back. And if somebody, there are people know what they're doing, a lot of gimmicks on the ways. They'll say, this is the newly launched chocolate, newly launched biscuit. You tell me the taste of it. We will give you the whole packet and all those things. Tell your child, if you want, we will buy anything like this at home. Okay. But if anybody tells on the roadside, if you don't even know, don't take it from anybody. That's very, very important, because they would have put some medicines into it, and there are chances where the child may lose consciousness and they may kidnap the child and all that stuff. So it is better to tell them all these things. Don't know somebody, don't go. And always be in groups when they're coming from school, traveling and roaming around on. It is always better to be in groups. When you're in groups, it is not easy to attack a child in so easily when they're in groups compared to when they're being alone. So that's very important. Arasu, be Arasu, very good evening. So
Yes, ma'am.
that's
And
what.
at the same time, in today's situation where people and parents are very feared of installing the new technologies as online classes, madam. Online classes. See, because the online classes, automatically many parents are already worried that online classes are totally diverting the students or the children from a different platform to another platform. Already parents are having that worry. In this period of time, another additional headache is this: teachers who are training the children are
And whom to
misbehaving through
trust?
WhatsApp and thing. So
See,
is the
this is
system, total system? Yes, ma'am.
it is it is become ulta. It was exactly 1.5 years ago, probably around February and March. February, January 2020. I was telling in different schools and colleges, please take care of your children. Don't give them mobile phones and all that stuff. Immediately after that, Corona came and everything became online totally. So this is the irony of life which we have witnessed. So please, the children have to learn, because most of the now every classes is becoming online and all that stuff. So you have to keep a check on what they are seeing. That's also pretty important. They will say, I'm learning, I have a class and all. 24/7, they cannot sit in front of the mobile phones and say iPads or whatever it is. And then when you see, these are called antisocial personalities, these kind of teachers. I'm sure you and I must have witnessed fantastic teachers who actually gave us education for life. When somebody like this, who have done such a nonsense job, you, it is better not to call them a teacher at all, because they should know how to behave with the child. That's pretty important. And something like this has happened, I'm sure the authorities should take the right action. And we should also look into the realities of that. What happened between the teacher and the child, what really went wrong. Was it only the teacher's problem, or it was even the problem from the child? So child side also, all these things have to be communicated. And child safety is very important. Time to time, please educate your children about safety, which is very, very important. uh, then you have to tell your child, irrespective of a boy or a girl, don't talk to strangers, unwanted people. And if somebody messages you, misbehaves you, and all those things, you should know how to control. So this is a regular. It has to become a regular discussion between a parent and a child. It is never too late or never too early to start such discussions. You can start with simple discussions with your children. I'm sure they'll all definitely understand. See, when there is no proper parent-child relationship, these they are that's definitely things are going to go haywire if at all it is not taken care well. And especially
Exactly, madam.
teenagers of this generation, everything is easily accessible over the mobile phones. Anything and everything. So you just give a mobile phone, internet, and all. They tend to see, anything. It's available. It's easy. So as a parent, we should also be aware as what they are watching. So keep a check on what they are watching and things to that. And probably that's how we have to take care of them. Don't scold them. And there are somebody who will be always snubbing the children. Hey, you don't know that. You can't do this. You don't do that. They don't even allow a child to open up and communicate their emotions. In such environments, definitely the children are going to definitely become rebels. So it is up to us whether you want your friends to be your very good friends or become rebellious against you. This is very important. And Children education, children safety, feeling and all is not something which can happen overnight. Okay, today I felt it, tomorrow I will educate it. It's not like that. It's a continuous process from birth. We have to do it since the child is born. It should all, you all should teach the children about good touch and bad touch. That's a very important education you
Exactly.
have to give the child. You should tell them what exactly is a good touch and how it is. Any smart child will, anybody as any human being, whoever it is, if somebody is touching us and we don't like it, I'm sure nobody will like it. Even animals also, as a matter of fact, nobody likes it. So when you keeping them informed about such things, that is when they get educated. It is not that there are some parents say, "Ayo, how to talk about like that? Ayo, it is not something nice. Ayo, it's a stigma." No, it's an education. When you can give education about the history, you can definitely give education about this too, because this is a very important thing. And please teach life skills to your children. That's very important. How they have to protect themselves from when such things are happening. Identify such things, and they should also teach them some great moral values and ethics. That's very very important too. By only telling the other person is wrong, it is not that way. We should imbibe our values and ethics into our own children. That's when they'll be able to differentiate these kind of things. Gayatri Madam, Namaste.
Definitely. Catherine madam has joined.
A lot of them have joined
Very good
now.
evening, madam. Yes, madam.
My my
Madam,
nephew has joined. I
okay, okay. So I have another question, madam. It's like even though in India we have that law called this POCSO Act and this helpline numbers and everything, why are people so hesitant to take up the law immediately and only they wait for a very long time till the things get very worse? And what is the reason whether we should give some awareness on that law, what is there in force, or what do you feel, ma'am?
When it comes to law and acts like that, India has the best law system. It has the best law, best acts, everything. But what happens? It doesn't get, you know, gets back. It doesn't get to reality. It doesn't come to practice because people are scared. What? Because first of all, they're scared about this whole system of law. But what if I go to the police? What if they harass me? And what if the other person is a very politically connected person? What if they're very strong people? That's how these are. All these things are there in the people's mind. So we need to give them really proper education. See, this is your right. You should know it. You should be able to do it. So when you're constantly talking about it and say it is not a mistake to voice out even the most powerful people and all, but they can also be punished and all those things. Anybody is equal under law. But what happens when it comes to talking about it and when it comes to reality, it is really not the same ratio and statistics.
Numbers.
So, that is the reason many of them are like scared. Okay, what if they are very powerful people? Then what? We'll only get fixed up in our own problems and all those things. That is the reason people don't take the guts to go and voice out their problems. So probably more. I mean, young people like you are now becoming very strongly active in
Awareness
politics.
needed.
It is you can probably constantly giving awareness to people, and there has to be a strong team who will tell, "Don't worry, we are with you. Whatever it is, we will come and stand with you. We will support you." Probably when these kind of people come into light and then help people more, that's when the
Definitely.
fear factor in people might reduce. So this has to actually
Have
reduce.
some.
There's a huge gap between the happening, the reality. As you said, mention laws and acts. India has the best law system. Where we don't, we have it. If it's there, but who's ready to come? Even if probably suddenly you tell me, "Hurry, should I do it? Why should I take this headache?" That's there because it's the whole process. It is really a headache process. Then should I take it? Will I get justice? Will I get finally ultimately injustice is done? So why bother further? So this is all the mentality which has to actually change. It is not with the child. The child is born and does not know anything. It's what we put it into its head. So when the parents say, "Oh, looks like," there are girls who have actually spoken to me saying, they have faced harassment in their houses. Forget about anywhere else. See, so many times we are not even safe in our own houses. Then how can you even talk about safety outside? So when the child has complained about the safety, the own father, the own brother, the own uncle have actually harassed the girls. The grandparents have actually told, "Keep your mouth shut. You don't even tell it to anybody," and things like that. Whom are you going to go and complain? What? Any act, any law, anything, nothing can be done. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Safety starts from the home. It has to be in the the mentality of people that you should actually tell them, not just teaching the girls safety, how to be and all. You should please teach your boys too how to behave with the same girls, because if they are not going to behave, how
Yes,
will the girls be in a safe place? I'm not telling every boy is like that. See, there are really, I've seen the best of the best
understood.
behaved people, but the others who are the little population, they are the ones who will be actually spoiling this whole thought
Yes,
process. So it is better for us to give a constant education, and when there is a mistake happen, they have to be punished. They should not go free. It's not that some say, oh, that person was mentally depressed, mentally disturbed, that's why they did it and all. A mistake is a mistake, and when it has to be punished by law, that's when it will be a lesson to the others. That's very important. So some of the times we only speak about what was happening. We don't even speak what was the ultimate result of it, what that person was punished or not. When you constantly start giving information of yes, that person was punished, that's when the others will get their information. Yeah, it is better I keep my mouth shut or something. I need to behave myself. So every reality you need to put it outside. In most of the media will be telling this happened, this happened, this happened. Finally, what happened to that man? It's not told. So
yeah,
even that also has to be come into light. So that's when probably you can actually tell, yeah,
definitely.
the world is changing. Changing has to start from here first.
Sure, madam.
That's when you can see outside. But
Exactly.
I read a statistics
Okay, madam.
where
Well,
this of gender equalization, okay, and it says even if you started from tomorrow, the complete gender equalization work starts from tomorrow itself, it will take minimum 222 years for that complete gender equalization to actually come into complete reality. 200 years from now, even if it starts completely from today. So you can imagine these kind of things, how much of hard work has to put in and things have to change. By making rules, it doesn't change. Rules have to get applied and come into reality, and people have to stand. There are some, see, even the worst part is a family voice out and comes outside. There are others who say, hey, why do you want it? They'll not support. They'll say things to this, oh, come on, don't do all this. Your daughter's or your son's name is going to get spoiled, or your family name is going to get spoiled. Instead of that, we as society, we have to tell them, come on, whatever it is, I'm going to stand and support. How many will tell? Not many will tell. So that's when all these things are just spoken and forgotten. And people's memory is short-lived. After
yes.
that, they forget it. That's all.
Sure. Okay, madam. Very good answer, madam. Madam, I think Mr. Tyagarajan has joined. He's one of my close friend. He told me he has some questions. I'll ask him. Tyagarajan, if you can message me, madam is ready to answer on that.
Hello,
Welcome,
Jairaj sir.
Lokesh.
I can
And it's
name a
very
few
informative,
names.
madam. What you told, everything has to start from the mind, and people
It
have
has to
to
start from all of
unbelieve
us. From
from Anganatma.
harassment has to be stopped at our own homes.
Exactly. Only then
Stop
it
harassing your
can be
mates.
prevented.
Stop harassing your pets. Stop harassing your family members. So the other things will be seen.
Just check it out. I think he's out of the
Somebody
way.
called Uti
Anyways,
was
madam,
Dina. I
thank
think
you so much.
it's a known person, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, OT. Yes,
Rajkumar
madam,
says is well
100%
said.
right.
Thank you so much for appreciation. See, when somebody has to appreciate and send support also, all these small, it looks small, but there are really important things and they do matter. Thanks to all of you for have
Exactly,
joined the
exactly.
live and listening to us. Thank you.
Yes, yes, madam. Madam, any final words to conclude on this subject, and what can we give a message to the parent who's watching and to the children as well?
Someone just joined, so whoever is there in the live, namaste. Thanks for all of you for joining. And so when it comes to child rights and their future, we have to really concentrate on that, because the country's future is our own children. So empower them so strongly that they're not scared of things. They should be very strongly able to deal with things. There are children who they don't even speak. I've seen them. I've seen so many children in my own clinic. They've People have scared. Tejas, you're welcome. The children are so scared because the parents would have scared them. They don't even open their mouth and speak. They're so comfortably trying to get things out. They're like, no, no, no. What if I tell? What if this doctor goes and tells my mother? So that trust factor has to be built. First, as a society, let us be with the child and try to develop the trust factor. That has to start at home, as parents, as their siblings, and even in the school. Then slowly, definitely, these things are going to come back to the society. And also, girls should start voicing out what really happens to them without feeling the society is what I feel personally. I totally agree with you. Once you start, that's what we all have sound. It has to be voiced out, and somebody has to hear it. So speak out. So when do you speak out? When you're feeling very comfortable, and so you have a trust factor. If you okay, I will tell my teacher, she'll not scold me back. There are some teachers who say, hey, shut up, don't do like this, keep quiet. Instead of then, allow your child to speak. When the child is speaking at home, there are so many parents who are so busy in their lives, they don't even listen. Probably this is a high time where all children are at home. Communicate with them and please listen to whatever they say. Listen to their experiences, listen to their thoughts, listen to everything. That's when they will develop this sense of security in themselves. That is something which we all need to understand. So small this is, you said when you started the whole program, you said it's a small topic. This is the biggest topic of the whole world because this is the
It is a
biggest
very big
problem.
topic, actually.
It is for the next generations. The safety of the next generation is in stake. So we have to really work very hard, not just terms of individuals in the educational systems, the lawmakers too, and even the policymakers and followers and all. They shouldn't be start hard enough. So once you enter the police station, the way they speak, people are scared. They'll think, okay, I only did a mistake for coming in. So all these things, just not as one thing. The whole system has to change, and the whole system has to support when these things to happen. So, when personally, as the only people have mentioned, we have to voice out. When I'm voicing out, somebody has to listen. But what do? We curb them. Hey, no, that's not it. Please, people, the first thing we can actually do is listening to somebody. Let us listen. We give a solution or not is a secondary thing. First, let's listen. Once when the listening process starts, that's when we start understanding. Understand the root causes, and go for grassroots analysis, and that's when you can try solving problems. And when as teachers, when people, there are some people who join job of teaching when they don't get anything to do. Please, if you don't have the flair to teaching and you don't even know, understand the safety of the child and don't respect the integrity, dignity of the child, please don't do those jobs because you are putting that whole teacher community name at stake. Because we have all seen fantastic teachers in our life. If I've learned something, it's because of my teachers who have taught me. I can actually say that with a lot of pride. So with these men, whoever you just mentioned, they are a disgrace to society. So please, when you cannot do something, don't take up such jobs. It's always better for us to support our next generations than instead of curbing them. The children have to be like a candle. You have to light a candle to glow. It is not like a dustbin. You are going to put all those things and fill it up and say, do this, do that. No, let them grow. You allow them to grow in every possible way. Whatever rights they have, give it to them, and every need of them, fulfill it. That's when automatically they will grow. Nothing to worry about it. When they are strong, they can fight for it. Now the millennials are very, very strong. And then they have a lot of knowledge. Now anything, they'll just Google, tuck, 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 and find out things. So it is just that we need to stand with them and listen to them. Definitely things are going to get better.
Sure.
Yes.
So much thanks, madam, for joining the live and giving us very brief and very detailed information on this. And I believe we have
My
to make
pleasure.
another exclusive video on this separate, as you told, it is a very big subject.
It's actually a
We'll
very
make a
big thing.
separate story live on that also. Yes.
And you all are
Thank you for
sitting at
coming on the
home.
live. And I
Sure,
believe my
definitely.
friends are
Thanks
there.
for
They're watching